Today I am tackling one of my most ambitious DIYs to date, and it is a very cozy and cottage-inspired ottoman. I'm building and upholstering it completely from scratch and figuring it out as I go. So without further delay, let's jump in. Something that was really important in this build for me was first that I had the right fabric. I'm going to be making this with some beautiful fabric from Tonic Living, and I will talk a little bit more about them later in the video. But the other thing is I want it to have storage. So how can I make a ottoman that is nice, has that cottage aesthetic, but is also functional for serving the family that I currently have? Let's get these boards cut. I bought 3 half-inch pieces of plywood, just mini pieces, because we do have a smaller car. This was a lot easier to transport. I should have just ripped this down into the middle because it's only got that much of a difference. Now I have to take this little piece off, so I just learn from my mistakes. I have this leftover foam from the chair upholstery I did, so I'm gonna try to make the ottoman this size, like this. Yes, let's see here. I'm gonna have to cut another piece of plywood down so that I can have enough wood for the sides. This is the bottom, and I need a middle piece. Let's do this. Math is hard. I think it's 7/8. So once I figure this part out, there we will find the length of the side pieces. Okay. I need 2 pieces. I'm going to use my chop saw for this. Instead of going ahead and putting this together, I'm going to actually cover it in, it's called upholstery dust cover fabric. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to staple it and cover each one of these pieces before I put it together. So the storage container part has a coating. So I've never worked with this before, but it looks pretty straightforward. I remember someone commenting on one of my videos where I was using this for upholstery, and they said, well, now you can treat yourself to an actual one. And I have not yet. There's expensive stuff out there, man. Different types you can get. All I'll say is I would like to. Yeah, it works. And it feels smooth. It's covering up the roughness of the plywood. So you also save money on getting rough plywood instead of smooth plywood. All right, 4 more pieces. I'm gonna use the regular drill, not the impact. Sometimes I like using the impact because it's quick, but it also has a tendency to be very destructive. So let's try this. So I have it so that, okay.
light upon her skin. Coffee cup before the day begins. Don't go, stay a while, we'll slow it all the way back down.
So this is where we're at. Pretty stoked with how this turned out. There's a little bit of area here that looks like I didn't pull tight enough. It could also be the screws pulled at certain sections, but I don't know, I think I just didn't pull hard enough, but it doesn't matter, at least to me. It's got this whole spot of storage, but I just put the feet on just to kind of give an idea of what it's gonna look like, but very excited. It is a few days later. I have already cut the top piece to size. Boom. And we are officially onto the foam portion. So I got 1.5 inch foam for the sides, and I still have to problem solve a little bit for the top because I'm not exactly sure. I've been using the internet to help me figure out how that's gonna go. And I'm going to use this Gorilla adhesive, which I've never used before, but it is used for foam and other adhering purposes. My hope is that if I mess up, you will learn from my mistakes. I'm a little nervous because I'm very excited about this project and I really want it to go well. And I've only got so many chances with the products that I bought here. So what I've noticed with upholstery in general is depending on the base really determines what the coverage looks like. So if I make it too small, you'll be able to see it in the after. If I did something that made it look kind of lumpy with the foam, then the Ottoman's gonna look lumpy. Or spray of white residual adhesive. Shake well before using. Hold the can 6 surfaces to be bonded and spray an even coat of adhesive.
It's the coldest hand that run down this land where the ocean lands. It's the tallest sound, the damn smallest crowd, but their hearts break loud. Far from ever feeling lost with me, I'll push you back towards the land and sea. They're going down from love, and love is free. Stick with me and I will guarantee.
Now I'm wondering if I did it wrong or this adhesive is just actually not as good as it says. Or I just need to give it more time. It could be that. Heavy duty. Oh, what? Oh. Okay, I did it wrong. I think you're supposed to let this dry after spraying it for like a minute, and then it becomes the adhesive. So thankfully, it seems like it's, oh. If there are any actual upholsterers out there, please tell me what I'm doing wrong. I'm hoping this is one of those trust the process things and it's not gonna go entirely south. I am in the house now with my sewing machine and the fabric that I'm going to be using for the Ottoman. And right now I'm going to take just a quick moment to say a huge thank you to Tonic Living for kindly collaborating with me on this project. Please go take a look at their website for their massive selection of high quality luxe fabrics as well as beautiful home decor pieces. They have graciously given me a discount code to share with you for 15% off, so go check them out and follow them on Instagram, and I'll have everything linked in the description box. Right here, I have started actually piecing the body fabric together, and it's essentially going to be a sock. or a tube of fabric. I'm just making sure that I'm putting the right measurements down, and once this is done, I will return back to the garage. So I'll put the name of this on the screen. I can't remember what the name of it is, but I'm going to be using it along the edges as I staple the fabric at the top before flipping it over. And it just creates a nice seam. So it's basically just cardboard. And I'm gonna staple it onto the rim here. So because the body of the Ottoman is only made of 1/2-inch plywood, and then these legs that are going to screw into the bottom are at least 1 inch. I'm going to add a block into the corners on the inside, but I'm basically going to wrap the block in dust cover fabric, and then I will screw it in, and then I will put the feet on after I put the dust cover on the bottom. But I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, I think the easiest thing for me to do right now is to cover the bottom first, and then to do the feet. I didn't get a chance to film the making of the piping, unfortunately, but essentially what I did is I cut long pieces of the fabric and I attached them, lengthening them so that I could make a very long piping cord with piping rope in the center. pages of this ottoman. I made this inside, as you saw. I'm going to try softening the foam with some batting. This is what I've seen upholsterers do. It kind of softens the edges a bit. We're getting there, folks. We're